cloudy Saturday morning here in London.
With a chance of meatballs.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, none. So, am I not on? That's probably good.
Now you are.
That was a whole bunch of shenanigans for a long time to be recording. Okay, so my name's Andrea. If you have never been to a class with me, welcome. If you are always here in my class, welcome too. So today we are going to be doing a little bit of a faster flow than we usually do.
Whoa.
Okay, so it's gonna be a little more upbeat. These gray days, like I feel the winter blues really bad. So I need like a spark, or else I'm like, I just want a hammock and then, fall asleep. So two things I always say before class. Most important thing is, one, listen to your body. Only you know what's going on with your body. If there's any aches, if something feels weird, back out. And two, this mat is your space for your practice. So the idea here is I will be cueing and guiding you through a class, but the reality is that this is your space to connect with your body, your mind, your soul, your breath. So if there is anything that I'm cueing that is not resonating, if you feel you want to do a little extra stretch on a different side, feel free to do your own practice. The same applies if something is just feeling kind of weird, then back out and we will find different modifications. So let's begin by laying down on our backs.
Brad. It's loud. Oh. Andrea, it's loud.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. It's just,
Okay.
I'm trying to put the music here because it keeps cutting in and out with my other phone when I have it in my hand, but I feel it's all this tech stuff that I've got attached to me.
Basically a cyborg.
So that's the base level we'll leave it at, and that'll be that.
Sam, you're a bitch.
So let's begin by connecting to our breath. Taking a few deep inhales and exhales. And using our breath as a guide, flowing from the crown of your head down to your cheeks, neck, and shoulders and arms. And chest, and belly and hips. And all the way down to your legs and your feet. Using your breath as a guide to start relaxing all the parts of your body. And today I wanted to share a little something about this kind of special and magical day that we are in. So today is January 11th for our 11 a.m. class. So if you kind of get where I'm going, it's the number 1 in a repetitive sequence. Today is a day that talks about the idea of synchronicities. Have you ever noticed patterns in your life that feel kind of too perfect to just be coincidence? Maybe you see the same number repeatedly. Good job. Or you meet someone at the right time, the right place. Or you hear a song that answers the exact question that is on your mind.
The Thong Song by Cisco.
These are all little synchronicities. And it's kind of a way in which the universe is whispering to you, pay attention.
Oh, that dress so scandalous.
This is important.
You know none of them can handle this.
Synchronicities remind us that life is not random. It is a direct reflection of your inner state, and it mirrors your thoughts, your feelings, and your intentions. It's a way of the universe telling you that you are not alone, and that in fact, you are connected to something even greater, perhaps even greater than you can even imagine. So in symbology, the number 1 represents independence, leadership, and go figure, new beginnings. When it's repeated to the number 11, it becomes magnified, signaling balance and alignment. And together, 111 represents a divine portal or a moment where your thoughts, actions, and intentions align with the universe, and it is your time to make this your reality. So let's slow down to notice what is around us, what we're thinking about, what is the energy we're putting in it, and look around to see what the universe keeps reminding you of. Taking a deep inhale as we exhale, release. Starting to bring back some movement into your body. Wiggling your fingers. your toes. Taking hands overhead for a big stretch. Después me lo traes de vuelta. And rolling over to one side of your mat. Taking the moment before we begin any movement to slow down your breath. Perhaps taking a minute to think about any synchronicities that have been happening in your life lately. What is the universe trying to repeat over and over? And very slowly coming to a seated position. Taking our hands up towards the sky, taking a big, deep, collective inhale. And exhale, release. Let's start warming up our bodies from top to bottom, making slight neck rolls over in one direction. And on to the other. Raising up our right hand, grabbing a hold with our left, and coming all the way over towards the left, creating a deep stretch on that right side of your body. Coming through center, it's changing onto the other side. Releasing that. Let's take that right hand over towards the back with the help of our left, just creating a deep stretch. Letting that go. It's changing onto the other side. Slowly releasing that. Let's take our hands forward, sending out our right hand like you're all gonna give me a high five. Let's do just a little stretch of those fingers, kind of like you're trying to bring those fingers towards you. Release, maybe do a little roll. It's changing sides. Warming up those hands.
My right forearm is much tighter than the left. I've learned that today.
And release. Taking a deep breath as we inhale, bringing our hands up towards the sky. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Inhaling, hands back up through center. Exhale, over towards the left. Coming back through center and moving over to a cat-cow tabletop pose first. Starting to release our hips, maybe making movements from side to side, all the way around in one direction. It's really a moment for you to perhaps close your eyes or soften that gaze down to the mat and just kind of connect to your body. Ask your body, where do we need a little extra love today? What needs a little extra stretch? Moving through a few rounds of cats and cows. So as we take a deep inhale, let's bring that chest open and gazing up towards the sky. Exhale, curl your back. Inhaling, belly drops, gazing up. Exhale, curl that spine, gaze through your thighs. Moving through a few rounds at your own rhythm. Perhaps even adding a little movement. Kind of creating like waves where you just flow from one to the other. And on your next exhale, coming to a neutral tabletop, extending out your right leg, slowly rising up to a gate pose. Now let's plant our hands back down and let's bring our weight all the way towards the back.
That's something. That is some, ooh.
Coming back up to that semi-tabletop. Grounding down from our left palm, right hand rises up. And we thread the needle over to the left. In our gate pose, yes.
In the gate.
Sirs and ma'ams. However, if you feel it's much more comfortable, you can move into that tabletop pose and thread the needle from there.
Bring the needle to the thread.
The options for that left hand, you can keep it planted right where it's at, or bring it all the way to the left top side of your mat for an extra stretch, or perhaps even behind your back for a bind. Coming out of our threaded needle. Let's bring that leg in, give our hips a little shake. And this time take our left leg out, and very slowly rising up. Planting those palms on our mat, slowly bringing our hips back towards that back foot.
Be on your toes. Like, put your foot down. But, yeah.
Bringing hips back up for that tabletop. Now grounding from that right hand, left hand rises up, and we thread the needle over towards that right side of our mat. Again, all the different options for that right hand. It could stay right where it's at. It could come all the way to the right outer top corner of your mat, or maybe even behind your back for a bind. Very slowly making our way back up. Bringing that left leg in. Tucking our toes, lifting off our knees from the mat, extending those legs very slowly, making our way to our first downward facing dog.
That's pretty good, though.
Taking the moment to paddle or walk that dog, meaning taking bends to opposite knees, just finding little extra stretches for those legs or hips, perhaps even swaying all the way side to side. Gazing forward to the top of your mat, let's walk our feet all the way to the front and fall forward. Allowing our chest to hang heavy, arms to hang heavy. Imagine you're grabbing like weights with your hands and just your entire upper body is weighing heavy all the way down towards the floor. Maybe even grabbing opposite elbows into a ragdoll pose, swaying side to side. And very, very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, start rising up. Leaving your head for the very last thing to come up. Taking a few rounds of inhales and exhales. We are going to move through a basic sun salutation on each side, but we are going to move breath to movement. So it's going to be upbeat, and it's gonna be over in like a minute. It's gonna feel like 3 hours, but we're gonna make it. So inhaling, hands come up towards the sky. Exhale, falling forward.
I found that faster flows are easier.
Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, falling forward. Stepping or hopping back into a high plank. Lowering down halfway, coming into our upward facing dog and our downward facing dog. Gazing forward to the top of your mat, hopping or walking your feet and falling forward. Taking a big inhale as we reverse swan dive all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, release and falling forward. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhale, falling forward. Stepping or hopping back into our high plank or supported plank. Coming halfway down. Bringing our chest through for our upward facing dog into our downward facing dog. Gazing to that top of the mat and hopping or walking your feet and falling forward. And very, very slowly rising back up. And as we gave a salutation to the sun, it kind of seems even brighter outside. It's kind of like the rain dance, but in opposite. So that is a basic but very good workout. And you could do that on repeat over and over and over. There is actually a day of the year, I think it's sometime in June, that you do 108 sun salutations. It's a class, it's insane, I have never done it. People who do it are crazy, but I think we're all crazy, so we might try it. Taking a big inhaling up, exhale, falling forward. Lifting up halfway. And falling forward one more time. Bringing our hands all the way up towards the sky and releasing them to the side. Taking a few inhales and exhales. So we're going to get into eagle pose.
Can't do
So
it.
in order to do that,
Can't do this one.
and mind you, I cannot wrap anything around anything. I don't know what that little filet mignon thingy is, but the bacon, that's kind of like how it feels with eagle. But I'm gonna cue it to you, and you might be like, wow. So let's lift up our right leg. We're gonna take that right leg over towards the left. So yes, beautiful, wrapped around every single post eagle. So then your foot kind of wraps around that bottom leg. But this is as far as my eagle goes.
Too thick.
Then we're gonna take that right arm, bring it under the left, and wrap our hands around. And perhaps even try to squat down.
That could be.
Taking 2 more rounds of breaths here. Taking that right foot and planting it all the way to the back side of our mat. Keeping that front leg bent, arms come parallel to the side for a warrior 2. Inhale, reaching forward and reverse. Coming back to that warrior 2. This time as we reach forward, let's take that forearm to our leg very slightly. That backhand tries to reach the front of your mat. With the help of that left hand, let's bring that left hand over to the left corner of our mat. So we can either plant that down, kind of grasp with the tips of our fingers, very slowly rising up that back leg. So we are in our warrior 2. We went to side angle, taking that right hand to the left hand, that's fine, to that outer left corner of your mat and lifting off your back leg. So look at Marcus. Yep, exactly that.
Look at those triceps, bro.
Everyone look at Marcus. Sorry about that, Marcus. It's always hot yoga when Marcus is here. Bringing both hands down to the top of the mat, but keeping that back leg up for a half split. And slowly coming back up. Let's keep that leg still active and bent. Perhaps we can stay here in kind of a little tree, or taking that left hand to the right knee and trying opening up towards the right.
My calf is tired.
And slowly releasing hands, knees, and everything just down to the mat.
Sheesh.
Bending the knees as much as needed so we can plant those palms on our mat and stepping or hopping back into a high plank. Lowering down those knees, bringing our hips back into a child's pose. Let's take a few rounds of breaths to reset. Drink some water, kava, kratom, whatever you got. You didn't get anything, you can go grab a drink. When you're ready, meeting at a downward facing dog.
So you're too picky.
Gazing forward to the top of your mat and stepping or hopping your feet all the way to the front and falling forward. And very, very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, start rising up.
Yeah, they just take themselves out.
Taking a few rounds of deep inhales and exhales. Feeling how your feet feel connected and grounded to that mat. Bien, bájale volumen a eso. So we're going to do eagle on the other side. So this time, let's take that left leg and lift it up. So we're going to wrap around that right leg. Now, see, some people's feet are like totally just like dislocated from their bodies. And I think this side for me is a little better. I mean, look at her. She looks like she's made of Play-Doh. Like, that's so cool. Let's take that left hand, bring that under the right, and wrap our arms around. And perhaps even sink a little deep into like a little chair.
And not the knee that you would think it was.
Taking that left foot and planting it all the way to the back of our mat.
Boom.
Right leg bent, arms extended parallel out for our warrior two. Shifting forward and reverse. Coming back through warrior two. This time as we shift forward, we're going to bring that forearm over either on top and not like dumping into it, just slightly placing it, or maybe here onto the side. And our backhand tries to reach that front of the mat. Now, taking a little step forward, take that right hand onto the right side of your mat. Very slowly lifting off that back leg. This time, left hand tries to reach the sky. And for a little extra spice, perhaps even bring that gaze over towards the left or up.
That's spicy.
For a half moon. Bringing that left hand down to the top of your mat, keeping left leg extended up for a half split. Very slowly rising up. Bringing our left leg back up, and perhaps taking an extended tree, or taking a hold of that left knee with right hand. Left hand comes back, and gazing over towards the left. Really saying hands, legs, all your body just down to the mat. Planting those hands on your mat, stepping or hopping back into a high plank. Lowering down halfway through our upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Dropping those knees to the mat, bringing your weight of your hips back into a child's pose. Option to child pose as well, extending those knees far wide, and then walking your hands down. Bringing those hips up into a tabletop position. Let's walk our hands to the front side of our mat and drop our chest for a puppy pose.
I'm a dog.
Walking those hands back to a tabletop and moving into a downward facing dog. Right leg rises up. Let's bring that right knee over, hovering towards our right hand. Drop that leg, setting up for a pigeon pose. So in pigeon, the further up and parallel your leg is to the mat,
I love that you got
the
a hole in your
harder
sock.
it is
I
going
like
to
that you have a hole in
become.
your sock.
Further your foot
Hey.
is close
You still got
to the hips,
90% of the sock. That's good.
the more comfortable it'll be. You can stay up here or walk those hands all the way down. And we can thank Sam for pigeon, because we were not doing pigeon in this flow, but you went to go grab your block mid-flow, so. Bien, ahorita necesito que le bajes todo el volumen, ¿ok? Cuando vaya a hacer el sonido, yo te aviso. Slowly coming out of your pigeon back into that three-legged dog flow, or just exchanging sides. I like the little fancy flow way.
Whoa.
So I'll tuck my foot,
It's broken.
push from my hands, bring that leg back into a three-legged dog, into a downward facing dog. Left leg rises up, hovering that knee over to the left side, dropping that foot, extending out your right leg into your pigeon, and slowly lowering my body from there. Huh? Oh, I bet. Don't get me going there. And very slowly coming back up. Let's bring both legs to the front of our mat, planting those feet in front of us. Into the last fun part of the class.
The headstand.
We could try headstands, yes. No. Boat.
Oh.
So
Boats.
boat, we've got a few options. So we're closing off the class with abs. I'm telling you guys, this weather, I need like extra spice in my life.
What's even
So,
spice?
With boat, let's take those hands, let's grab our knees, lifting off those feet from the mat. So you can stay here, or you can bring those hands just like Jody's doing out parallel to the side, like this. Or like Joey wants to row and boat. There you go. Also an option, extending out those legs, bringing those hands up.
Whoa.
Feeling the core kind of shake. We never do ab work in this class. And slowly releasing down.
We docked.
Bringing those knees towards your chest to give them a big, big hug. Perhaps even allowing your body just to rock a little bit side to side. Taking that right foot, placing your right ankle over your left knee. Grabbing your hands and wrapping them around and behind that left leg. Perhaps extending that leg all the way up.
Marcus is about to suck his toes, bro. Look at that. Dude, he's going off.
We did not know these abilities. Allowing your right foot to fall all the way over to the left side of the mat. Extending hands out to the side, or perhaps taking that left hand to that right knee, lowering it down towards the ground.
Can't put your right leg over?
Yep. Anywhere you want. You could grab your leg, you can do a pillow.
Don't mind me.
Coming back through the center. Let's exchange sides. So let's bring that left ankle over that right knee, wrapping our hands behind that right leg.
Yo, he's getting close. Dude, he's like there. Oh.
Allowing that left foot to fall all the way over to the right side of the mat. Hands can come out, extended to a T, cactus pose. Perhaps you can take that left hand over, tickle the person next to you. I would put this hand this way and kind of just like chill. Coming back to the center. And taking the moment to just do any final pose or movement that your body is asking for. Bless you. And when you're ready, finding that final pose, resting pose, getting ready for our Shavasana. I will be walking around with some lavender essential oil to place in the palm of your hands. Once I do, rub your palms together, create a little cup above your nose. Take a few rounds of deep inhales and exhales, just for extra relaxation. However, if you wish to skip the lavender oil, just place one or both palms on your belly, and I will skip you. It's delicious and organic. Viena. Or take like really deep inhales, like Ray, like these. Oh, I hear. It's his morning fix. It does smell really good. It's delicious. Ajá, Minita. ¿Qué pasó?
Quería hacer eso.
Ah, ven, ayúdame. Mira, yo no sabía, mi amor. Necesito que pauses la tablet, ¿ok? Es solo 5 minutos para que no haya ruido. Mira, dale a Ray, a Sam y a Jody, ¿ok? Ahí, dale a Ray, a Sam y a Jody.
Ay, Dios mío.
You want some? No? Oh, she gave you like half a bottle.
Like a waterfall in my hand.
Can you give me? Thank you. Pero no completo, ¿ok? Ya, no more, no more. Put it back in. Thank you. Ya, Diana, necesito que lo cierre. Okay. Would you like some lavender oil? Do you want some? Okay. Beep, beep. Alex, do you want some? Do you guys want some lavender oil?
It's like in my throat.
Pero es que no sabía quién más quería, mi amor. Starting to slowly bring back some awareness into your body. Wiggling your fingers, your toes. Taking hands overhead for a big, big, big stretch, perhaps even yawning. And rolling over to one side of the mat. Taking this final moment here to thank yourself and thank your body for everything it does for you, for waking up today and decided to come here and share this space with everyone else and with myself. It is not a coincidence that we are all here today. Very slowly pushing up to a seated position. Taking one last big collective inhale, opening up our arms. Exhaling, release. Thank you all for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed our cloudy, flowy flow from my heart to yours. Namaste.
Namaste.